Good morning, LIC. Special hello to our third graders who are rising up to be our fourth graders. I hope you're off to a fantastic summer. I'm off to a great summer as well, too. You're going to notice I have a couple cuts on my forehead here. I was actually playing at my brother's house in the pool with my nephew. And he grabbed my sunglasses while we were playing, and he ended up smashing my sunglasses into me while we were messing around and having fun, and ended up giving me a couple nice slices there. So it may look like I'm angry. It's just those cuts right there. But hopefully you're finding ways to stay active and having fun. I wanted to put this message out to you and your parents because I want you to continue your learning. And to do that, I'm just going to do a quick review of some things. I'm going to try and keep putting out some different ideas so that you can continue the learning process while you're still enjoying and having a great summer. So let me flip over to this and just give you a quick little slide as we jump into some reminders here. Again, I sent you guys a letter via our e-news blast, and I use that quite routinely, so make sure you keep watching and looking for those reminders via the email side of things. But the big things I want you to remember is the consistency, that 1% rule. If you get 1% better each day, if you put together all those days in the summer, you're not going to lose anything. Actually, you're going to gain quite a bit academically as you move through the summer and be really ready for the fall. A couple things that I've been listening to and reading about is when you're in this summer learning process is to have that routine or have a mentality of trying to earn it. And I'm going to go over both of those. The routine is, you wake up every morning, you kind of stay in your pajamas and get your healthy breakfast. But then you make sure you have a routine that by 9 o'clock or by 10 o'clock that you're engaged in some type of quick, fun learning activity that you're going to do. Or let's say you're into things like playing on your iPad or playing video games or doing some of those different things there, to have the mentality that you need to earn those things first. That means you need to do the learning first to earn it. Sometimes my kiddos at home really like to jump on and watch some things on YouTube Kids. I always say, hey, you have to do the reading first. You have to earn those 20 minutes of time to watch the YouTube Kids by earning it first by doing your 20 minutes of reading first. So either or a combination of having that routine or that earn it mentality is a great way to keep yourself engaged in the learning. Big shout out to all the parents out there that are doing a great job through this past trimester of helping out your kiddos learn. One thing I was reading recently that was really interesting is to have reading readily available. So oftentimes they have the things that can distract them from learning so readily available throughout their entire day. It's great to have books in the car, have books all throughout the house, in the living room, in their bedroom, all those different areas. It really makes reading readily available so that when they have that option or if they get bored, that's one of their go-tos. And just to remember that as parents and guardians, you are your child's first teacher. You're your most consistent teacher to your child. So continue to have the mindset of that it's a partnership between the school and you when you're working with the child. Reading. A couple of quick reminders. Remember to do it each day. Try and avoid banking the time. Try and avoid saying, well, I'm not going to read the 20 minutes today. I'll read 40 minutes tomorrow. Again, and I praise Mr. Swander for this because I know he talks about this quite frequently. It's making sure you're doing a little bit of it each and every day and trying to avoid banking it or say, oh, I'm not going to read until Friday, and when Friday comes, I'll read 100 minutes. That's really, oftentimes it doesn't happen, and it's not really what's best for your brain. It's that 1% better each day, reading a little bit each day that really helps out. Some things that are great advice that I've been reading about is to discuss favorite books as a family. The same nephew that I talked about that gave me this scratch on my forehead when I came over to their pool the other day, I actually brought some books. We had been talking about books that I really enjoyed. He's a fifth grader. He's becoming a fifth grader next year. And I talked about some of the books that I loved, like Hatchet and The City of Ember, Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry. Some of those books that I talked about, and I talked about how much I love them as a fifth grader. And he got excited about that. And so I was able to bring some books over to him and share, so he was able to have some over the summer. Again, make the reading fun. The reading bingo chart that our librarians put out is great. It's a great thing to go ahead and just kind of highlight in color as you're following along, and when you get to filling out a bingo chart or filling out the whole chart, to celebrate that and go out and maybe have some ice cream or something fun to celebrate that you're being consistent with the reading. And like I said before, have those books readily available in all different places. Math, a couple of things that I've shared before, and I wanted to share some things because I've used them as a parent as well too. I have a rising first grader and a rising third grader. It's kind of scary to think about that and think about that before that I'll have a third and a first grader coming up here, but Zern is a fantastic website. It's amazing. I don't get paid for recommending any of these things, and all these things are free. But I find it to be the best learning. It's not an app, but it's a website that you can use to go ahead and progress. It teaches them things. It has review things in there. It has videos. It's engaging to the students. It's really a great website. I'm also a big fan of the Duck Duck Moose apps. They're actually a form from Khan Academy. They're apps that they created. They're free. Pet Bingo I really like. It's a math fact thing. It's not timed. It's not stressful when they're doing it. Moose Math is a fun one too that really helps with number sense. Happy Numbers is another one that students really seem to be engaged with. It's one where it's a lot more fact-based, and you can kind of put them in certain areas, and they do missions. Open Middle, I actually put an Open Middle question on here. That's a great website as well too. You can spend a long time just on one single question, and it becomes great discussion items. And then Khan Academy, I think Khan Academy is great, especially for some of our older students where they can progress as they go through it. And again, it's another free math website. It actually has a number of different things, not just math. Offline, remember we have our summer math workbooks. I have summer math workbooks if you need them here, but also homemade flashcards if you're not sure about it. Anytime we can keep those math facts really sharp for students, it frees up working memory when students go to do problems like the one that's posted here. Hold on a second, my phone's ringing. But yeah, I really like this question. My daughter and I did this question the other day. It took us quite a long time, but she was really engaged with it. She loved going ahead and trying out different things. If you look at it, it's a really, really tricky question because you can only use the digits 1 to 9. Really a lot of number theory, multiplication, and then we got into some time discussions and how times every 60 minutes. It took us quite a long time, and there was a lot of perseverance involved with it, but it's really a fantastic question with a number of different answers that are correct. I just got that one right off of Open Middle. It was a third grade question on Open Middle. All right, don't forget to keep writing. Journaling about your weekend's a great thing to do. Journaling about if you go on vacation, about what you enjoyed about that. You can include art with that by drawing or adding a picture to it. And if you finish a book, I put alternative ending. When you finished a book, did you think it was going to go differently? Would you have written the ending differently? How would it have come out differently? Or writing a sequel to that book is a great way to engage and stay creative in the writing process. Be sure you're staying active. Again, that 1% rule every single day. Go ride a bike, go for a walk. I know we do I Spy quite frequently when we go for a walk. Makes it fun, makes it engaging while you're still getting out there and being active. If you're into a sport, continue to practice those sports, even if it's just getting out back and kicking the ball, dribbling basketball. I know that's something I used to do quite frequently when I was a young kid, just working on my ball handling as a basketball player. Finding ways to stay active in a fun way. I know I'd always used to be playing Michael Jordan in my backyard, playing basketball against him. We'd be playing one-on-one even though he wasn't there. That was a fun way for me to stay active and still work on my sports skills. Oops. That's not the right one. And remember the 1% rule. Get a little bit better each and every day with your academics. Stay active, and I know that it'll keep you sharp and ready to go when we start back in the fall. And remember, if you need me, stay in contact. Here's my email. If you need that math summer workbook, shoot me an email. I'll make sure that I come in and get it to you in a safe way. But anything else, I'm going to keep putting out little videos for you, little different ideas to stay active with the academics because I know how important they are. So again, I wish you the best. I hope you're having a great summer. And again, if you need me, just let me know, and I will be able to reach out to you, give you a phone call, shoot you an email. But I want you to remember to continue to stay active in the learning process. Alrighty, have a wonderful rest of your week.